Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptatehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. We'll read the last line of verse number 4. Last line. Audasinyamabhipsyatam janakrupa naishturyamutssrujyatam. Janakrupa naishturyamutssrujyatam. It should be. So, yesterday we saw the fourth verse that all the different instructions are given to a seeker, to a sannyasi, how he should, regarding how he should conduct his life, how he should be when he comes across other people, or when he goes for bhiksha, etc. So these kind of instructions are being given. We have seen all of them. Kshuddvyadischa chikitsyatam. May you every day treat the disease called hunger. Then, in which way? Pratidinam bhikshaushadam bhujyatam, by taking bhiksha every day. Then, svadvannam natu yachyatam, in that also don't demand for delicious or tasty food. Then what? Vidivashat praptena santushyatam, whatever you get according to the destiny, whatever comes, be happy with that. Be content with that. Then, Shitoshnadi Vishahyatam, may you put up with the pairs of opposites. Increase the capacity of endurance or titiksha, that is told. Then, one more instruction. Natu vrutha vakyam samucharyatam, may you never utter, don't indulge in too much of speaking, which is not necessary. So keep to yourself, and whatever little vyavahara is required, do that. Don't gossip. Don't waste your energy, because when you do all that, it doesn't end there. When you are gossiping, talking about someone and in the world and all that, it doesn't end there. It leaves its imprint. It leaves its samskara in the mind. So even when that is over, your mind is left with those samskaras, too much of politics and what a minister should do, how CM should conduct himself, all that. But nobody is asking you. Leave it to them. Let them decide. But we get into all this. So leave all that. Because then our mind is also affected. So even when we are studying, that thing will come. Rather than this one, in Telangana, the other one should have been CM. We have our own things to add. Remain away from all that. Natu vrutha vakyam samucharyatam. Then last one we have to do. Audasinyam abhipsyatam. Audasinyam means indifference. Happy indifference. Abhipsyatam means aptum ishyatam. May you seek to attain what? Indifference. Indifference means don't be concerned. Don't get too much into the affairs of the world. Audasinyam. People may, things are going on. World is what it is. So all the things will go on in the world. But you remain indifferent. There may be things which according to you are wrong. Some things are right. Don't take any sides. Remain neutral. As far as possible, that doesn't mean you don't know. But understand that everything in this creation is relative. Whatever is happening is relative. What you call right, when something is happening between two persons, say they have a quarrel, some strife is going on between them, and one may come to you confiding and telling about their problems to you, and you make your judgment. Don't do that, because you never know. This person is saying everything, but then the other party also has something to say. So everything is not always black and white. There is always some gray inside that. And the person is telling you, but sometimes they hide certain things also. You are not aware of that, and you get involved. You get involved in their karmas. In the karmas of two people, you get involved. Don't do that. Leave it to them. This is not selfishness. But then there are people in the world, and they themselves will bring a solution to that. So you remain, this is all to a sadhaka. This is all to a committed seeker whose only goal in life is to know himself, to know the self. There you can't afford to get into all this. So as far as possible, remain neutral. You are not the judge. You are not appointed as the Chief Justice of India. Let them do their work. You don't get into it. And there are people who will do. There are institutions, there is government, there is police. They will take care of all this. You need not take up that extra job. So, audasinyam abhipsyatam. May you seek to remain indifferent. Then, janakrupa naishturyam utsrujyatam. Jana, this vakya, can be taken in both ways. Jana krupa naishturyam. Towards, when people bring or people praise you or censure you, you don't get affected by that. Or towards people, you don't go out of your way to help them too much or to get into their affairs. Don't do that. When people do that to you, which means what? When people are praising you. Today, the world will praise you. And you are affected by it. You get used to that also. Then a time will come, the same people may censure you. They may speak all kinds of things about you. Now, if you are touched, or when they praised you and that went into your head, then it will be very difficult to handle the censure which they are doing now. So remain indifferent to this also. This also will happen. And you never know how the mood of public will be. People, if according to their own vagaries, they may praise, they may censure. You may not be that kind of person at all. It is quite likely. So remain away from all this. Let these kind of things not touch your mind. And people, they don't spare anyone. When they start praising and loving you and all that, that is fine. But if they see something wrong, according to them, if they see something wrong, then the same people will also criticize you. People did not spare even Lord Rama. They did not spare Lord Krishna also. All kinds of things were told. From which standpoint and what was the intention in doing whatever he did? We do not know. So let him decide. But we get affected. Don't try to appease people or please them. If they are speaking something wrong about you, don't go and prove to them that, no, I'm correct. Need not do that. Once they are against you, leave them where they are. Leave them where they are. Don't try to prove, no, I'm this and that. They will not understand. So don't waste your time in all these worldly things. You have no time for all this. And don't go out of your way to help others also. See, this we may not like to hear. But sometimes, like for instance, I'll give you the example of Bharata. Bharata in Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam. We get to know the story of this Jada Bharata. Bharata once upon, even though he was a renunciate, he was living in the forest, and yet he got attached to the child of the deer, baby deer. Why? Because he saw that while giving birth to the baby, the mother deer died. And so this child is all left alone. So now, out of compassion, this Bharata is taking care of that baby. But then slowly what happened? Now he is worried. The baby deer would then go for playing and then not come in time and all that. So he would be all worried. Where is the child? Where is the baby? Where is the baby? So now he is totally getting attached with that baby. His upasana is forgotten. Brahman is forgotten. He left everything and became a renunciate. And now he is getting attached to a deer, to a baby deer. So much so that when he was about, means when the time came for him to go, when it was the time for his death, that time also the last thought was of what? Baby deer. What will happen to him after me? Or whatever. But deer was there. The baby deer was in his mind. And what happens? You get the next birth. Bhagavan says this. Antakale. Whatever is there in the mind at the end time, that takes hold of you. And your next birth is in keeping with that. And so the story says, Srimad Bhagavatam says, that his next birth was that of a deer. Now this is very hard to swallow, That is, that the one who has left everything became a deer. How unfair. How unfair it may sound to us. But it all depends on where your mind is. No matter what clothes you are in, what paraphernalia you are surrounded by. But where is your mind? Where is your mind? So always be careful. Never be too sure of yourself that nothing will happen to me. I am beyond attachment. I am beyond anger. I am beyond everything. No. There can be situations which can trap you. You may become impulsive. So, always be on your guards. Always be on your guards. Lord Krishna says that till the end, everyone has to be careful regarding two things. Kamaha, krodhaha. Kamaha, krodhaha. Passion as well as anger. Never be too sure that now I am beyond this. I have transcended. There may be Mahatmas, but we also may have made that siddhi. We are beyond that. That is what we think. But do not take these things lightly. Never take these things lightly. So be always careful. That is why don't go out of your way to help. Who knows, maybe a time comes that you will get attached. Or you may wind up with hatred for something. That also can happen. So jana krupa Don't go out to be too much helpful to them. This is all for a mumukshu or a sannyasi. Don't be too cruel to them also. Don't go out of your way and take all the rules and laws in your hand and be cruel. Keep away from all these things. You have taken a life of sannyasa. You are a seeker and a committed one. Stick to that. Stick to that. This is particularly for seekers, particularly for mumukshus, particularly for sannyasis. So that is why Bhashyakara is telling this to his students. His students are there before him, and he is telling this, keep away from all this. Little bit is okay. Little bit is okay, but not too much. Then, with that, 4th verse is over. Then we enter into the 5th verse, last one. Now, we'll read together because otherwise time will go. Ekante sukhamasyatam paratare chetas samadhiyatam purnatma susamikshyatam jagadidam tadbaditam drisyatam prakarma pravilapyatam chitibalat napyuttaraishlisyatam prarabdam tviha bhujyatam atapara brahmatmanastiyatam. Now again, very important instructions are being given. Now, earlier also, in verse number 3, Bhashyakara had talked, verse number 4, Bhashyakara had mentioned about meditation, Brahmasmi iti nididhyasanam, not meditation, nididhyasanam. Brahmasmi iti vibhavyatam ahaha garvah parityajyatam. May you always keep up, may you always think on, or may you always meditate that I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Again he is taking up that. So see, ekante sukhamasyatam. May you go to a quiet place, solitary place, sit down and do nididhyasanam. Now see, here I will just, by the way, mention the difference between dhyanam and nididhyasanam. Dhyanam means saguna brahma vishaya manasa vyaparaha iti dhyanam, where the object of meditation is different from you. Where the object of meditation is different from you. You are the meditator and the object of meditation is Ishvara with qualifications. Or you may be meditating upon a mantra, Om Namah Shivaya or Gayatri Mantra or whatever. But here the object of meditation is different and it is saguna with qualities. When you are meditating upon that, what is it called? It is called dhyanam. It is called dhyanam. Now, before Shravan, all that falls into upasana. All that comes within upasana, mental upasana. But what Bhashyakara is now talking about is nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam, there is a difference. Here you are meditating upon something not different from you. You are meditating upon your very true self, which is not away from you. You are meditating upon yourself. Yourself doesn't mean that you are trying to visualize Atma. No, because Atma cannot be the object of your perception. It is your very self. Then what are you meditating upon? The nature of the self. You have already heard about it. You have already reflected upon it. But still, you for so many lives together, and in this life too, the orientation has been that I am the body, that I am the mind, I am this person, I am this personality rather. I am woman, man, this, that. So that has become one with you today. That I am this so, and even in the middle of the night, if somebody wakes us up and who are you? Then I will say I am so and so. Which means it has become one with us. So even after Shravanam, Even after Mananam, having heard that I am Brahman, 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 but it takes time to settle down. And because of the past habits, my orientation is to go back to the body. I am this, I am that. And that becomes a big obstacle. That is a big obstacle, which doesn't allow me to own myself up. It doesn't allow me to live as Brahman, to feel as Brahman. So what you need to do is sit down. Sit down. Spend quality time with yourself. And with all the karma yogas and upasanas, dhyanam that you have done, all that has prepared the mind. Mind is now relatively free from all disturbances, hopefully. It is all, and it has to be like that. All the raga, dveshas, the gross disturbances have gone. Even the subtle disturbances have gone, and your mind is all quiet. So now meditate upon the self. Lord Krishna also says, Ke shuchau deshe pratishtapya sthiram asanam, in a quiet, clean, pure place, place your asanam, and then sit. Then sit, Brahma Sutra says, sit and meditate. It is said, asinaha sambhavat. There is one Brahma Sutra on this. Asinaha sambhavat means sit down. Don't stand and meditate. Don't walk and meditate. Afterwards, it will become one with you. But now when you want to do work with yourself, it's a big project. I have to constantly understand that I am Nirguna, Nirakara, Brahman, and not the body, not mind, not all this. So for that, you have to be comfortable with yourself. Your body also should not pose a problem. So you find a good asana, sit in a certain position. The place also has to be a quiet one. If you cannot find such a place, best is you go to some place. But if that is not possible, at your home itself, find a good corner. Your puja room or wherever, but find a place. That place should ideally be used only for meditation. Everybody should have some such corner at home, and find the ideal time also. When disturbance is not there, early morning or at night or whatever, find such a time. And now begin this work. What? Nididhyasanam, where you are removing one by one notions. Each and every notion which stops you from understanding the self and being what you are. You already are Brahman, but still you are not getting hang of it. You forget it. So you have to do this. Continuously do it. For that sajatiya vritti pravaha, same kinds of thoughts have to go on. What kind of thoughts? I am Brahman. I am not the body. This is the Vishaya. This pravaha means this current of thoughts, one by one by one. But each and every thought has as its subject, has as its Vishaya nothing but the self. So that is to be done. And for this, as I said, what you require is to negate. You have to negate something. What have you got to negate? The Panchakoshas, 3 avasthas. Panchakosha means I think that I am the physical body. This is to be removed. Then there is another notion that I am the active personality. See, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. These are all the different, pertaining to this body, I have different notions. Because of the body, I think that I am this body which is made of food. I am this. Prana, then I am that. Due to the gross body, the notion that arises is that I am the physical body. So sit and remove. I am not this. Then due to prana, the kosha means the notion which arises is what? I am the active personality. I am the active one. That activity is at the level of prana. I'm hungry is at the level of prana. I'm thirsty is at the level due to prana. Body is thirsty, but what do I say? I am thirsty. So, and all the actions, activity that we carry out, that has become part of my personality. You say, I am not the active one also. So, pranamaya kosha is gone. Then, manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha means all the emotions, all the sentiments, everything are lodged there. So, I think that I am the emotional personality. No, I am not manaha also. The raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, and all the thoughts belong there. I am the one who throws light upon those thoughts. All of them are drishya, something to be seen, and I am the one who sees. So I am the subject, sakshi, drashta, and what all is going on in the mind. Different thoughts are coming and going. Who am I? I throw light upon them. As Atma, as consciousness, Sakshi, the light is being thrown upon them. That is the object, I am the subject. Leave the object where it is. Don't superimpose the attributes of the object. Here the object is mind, and it's different thoughts, cognitions. Leave them where they are. See them, but you are not that. Come back to this, okay? So I am not the emotional personality also. Then comes Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is that intellectual personality. I am so and so. I am a learned one. I am a doctor. I am an engineer. I am a teacher. All this is where? In the buddhi, in the intellect. And then due to notion, because of ignorance, what have we done? We have identified with what? Intellect. We have identified, which means what is here, I have joined myself to that. And that is why the notion has arisen. What? I am a doctor. I am this. I am that. So all the kartrutva, all the doership, all these notions are there. Where? In the intellectual. So I call in the intellect, but I join with that and I call myself what? I am an intellectual personality. Give up that. Sever the relations. I am not that. Manaha, buddhi, chitta, ahanka, chittani naham. This we have to do. I am not this. Distance yourself. Already the distance obtains. But because of ignorance, I join. Asanga, I am Asanga Atma. Totally detached. I have nothing to do with them. But still I join. So do it now. So this is what is to be done when you sit back. Shucho deshe and do this work. Don't go to sleep. Sleep will come because mind is quiet. And still, if I am not ready, the sleep will come. Every time it comes and you begin to doze off, you know, I am dozing off. Take hold of your mind. Start chanting. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and come back. Otherwise, that sleep will take over. And if you go to sleep, you will enjoy that. You will relax, no doubt about it. It will give good relaxation. Huh? But the time is wasted. Time is gone. So it is kashaya. What is it? It is called kashaya. Kashaya means it is the result of papa. So remain away from that. Be alert. Be alert. Chitta vritti niro, which means don't allow only those thoughts which you want. And which thoughts do you want? Viveka. I want to negate all the notions. I'm not the ego also. I'm not a woman, not a man, not subject to birth, not subject to death. All this work you have to do there. I'm not a father. I'm not a mother. I'm not a wife. Otherwise, wife never leaves me. This duty, that duty, this duty. Father also, so many duties. His head always is uneasy because so many responsibilities. Give up all that. Give up all the roles. All the roles are given up. And now, when the roles are given, Amitabh Bachchan, when he gives up all the roles, and in the green room, who is he? Just the actor. Similarly, now when I sit back for Nididhyasanam, who am I? Who am I? Just the actor, just Brahman. No wife, no mother, no employer, no teacher, nothing. Just be what you are. Just be what you are. And who are you? Just consciousness, isness. And what kind of isness? Which is constantly revealing itself. Constantly revealing. Isness shows itself, which means it is conscious. And this isness and this consciousness is also what? Happiness. This is what you are. Understand this. Be this. So, ekante sukha, the later part I have already told. Ekante sukhamasyatam paratare chetas samadhiyatam. Now, focus your mind on what? Chetaha samadhiyatam. Your chitta, your mind is to be focused, placed. Where? Paratare. Paratare means Brahmani. Paratare. Paratare chetaha samadhiyatam, which means Utkrishtatare Brahmani, in Brahman. And what is this Brahman? Brahman is even beyond Maya. Hyaksharat parataha paraha, as Mundaka said. Parataha aksharat. Maya itself is very great. But Brahman is even greater than Maya, which means I am nothing but Brahman, just consciousness, which is the reality. So, your mind should now be filled up with this knowledge of nothing but Brahman. And when that happens, mind does not remain mind. It gets merged with what? With consciousness. So, do that. For that, Arjuna said, Arjuna is asking Bhagwan, but this is very hard. This is very hard. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. I cannot do this. My mind doesn't remain at one place. Bhagwan says, no, it can be done. You are right, but it can be done. For that, all the earlier work has to be done. Work with your mind. But this person to whom this is told has already graduated from all this. Now, sankalpa prabhavan kaman, tyaktva sarvan asheshata, all the desires and everything has left the mind. So now, what you can do is now mind, like that lamp, the wick of the lamp in a place where there is no breeze at all. How it remains steady. How it remains steady. Yatha deepo nivatastaha nengate sopamasmrita. Similarly, yoginaha yatachittasya, the one who has worked with the mind, even that mind also becomes steady in Brahman, which means mind now stops even thinking. So Bhagavan says, what does he say? Shanaihi shanaihi ruparamed buddhya dhruti gruhitaya. Slowly, when in this way, when you do viveka, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, then slowly now you are beginning to abide in Brahman. Then Bhagavan says, Atma samstam manaha krutva. When the mind has totally become merged in Atma, na kinchidapi chintayet. Now don't think. You have done enough viveka. Enough viveka is done. I am not this, I am not this, you have done. Now you are ready to be in Brahman. You have to understand what is Brahman. No thought is there, no desire, no, I don't need anything. So who is that? Just be silent. Atma samstam manaha krutva. When the mind is in the Atma, the mind doesn't remain. Na kinchid api chintayet. Now don't think of anything else. Which means just mind is gone. Now totally you are with Brahman. And what is that Brahman? I am, I am, I am. Asti, bhati, priyam. Don't have to say also. Now you don't have to say also anything. You just be. Just be. This work has to paratare chetaha samadhiyatam. In this way, in the Brahman, your chetaha, samadhi. Samadhi means it gets dissolved. Just as the wave goes back to water, ocean or water. It rises from the ocean. Wave, what is the wave? Wave is nothing but ocean or H2O plus name and form. Wave is nothing but H2O plus name and form. But now, because of all this, the wave subsides. Now you have done enough viveka. I am not this, I am not this. Then who am I? Then mind does not have to say anything. It goes back. Now there is only ocean. And even if the mind remains, means keeps on saying something, but now you are not disturbed by it. But the idea here is to know oneself, to abide in oneself. So do that. Paratare chetas samadhiyatam. So this was instruction for meditation, nididhyasana. Then, what is to be done? Purna Atma susamikshatam. Now what do you see? Purna Atma susamikshatam. Susamikshatam. Sushtu samikshatam. Which means now see yourself very well. Remember, seeing means not to see. Atma is not seen. Drugeva natu drushyate. Atma is never seen. If it is seen, then it becomes like this object, handkerchief, which I am seeing. I am the seer and this is seen. So if Atma is also seen, then this is Atma and then who am I? If this is Atma, which I see, if I get some shape, if I get some something over there, if I see something, what is seen is not Atma. What is seen is never Atma, because Atma himself is the seer. So, when it is said susamikshatam, very well see the Atma, which the self, it means that very well understand. What is to be understood? That I am Purnatma, I am full, I am complete, I am the Sadhya. Sadhana, Pancakam. These means are told for which? That Sadhya, the goal I am. I am the very goal. So now I don't have to seek anything. No, means will also get dropped. Now I just be what I am. I am the Purnatma means I'm not lacking in anything. I don't have to become anything. I don't have to attain anything. Tell yourself all this, means understand all this. All becoming, all acquiring, all changing, all proving. These were the needs. These were the needs which made me a samsari. Now all that has gone. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I don't have to change anything. I don't have to reach anywhere. Sa kashta, sa paragatihi. Now, journey is over. Journey culminates where? In the very self. Here you find everything. You must feel content. If you are not feeling content, then still journey is not over. The contentment which we were seeking outside and we didn't find it, even after knowing the self, if it doesn't come, that means you have not known it. Not known it. So we have to feel content, feel happy. And what is the proof of that? Now I don't need anything. I become self-sufficient. I don't need to go out for company. Don't need to have some name. I mean, whatever comes on its own is fine. But I'm not seeking. I'm not manipulating. I'm not going out of my way to acquire things. What is praptaha, I have attained. Praptasya prapti. What is the orientation of Vedanta? Praptasya prapti. What is already attained, that I attained. So, Purnatma samiksha, susamiksha, very well see this. Very well see that you are full. Until you feel full. or you are already full. Your Atma is already full. So I must know that. I must feel that. That contentment should come. That is why in the description of Sthita Prajna, what does Lord Krishna say? Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. Who is this Sthita Prajna? Whose prajna abides very well in himself. But who is he? Atmani eva atmana tushta. In the self, happy in the self by the self. Content in the self by the self. So no outside source of contentment are required. So person becomes, very quiet and together and self-sufficient. That is why the first line is Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthaman. So now all desires drop. I don't have to drop them. Unless I am not full, I cannot give them up also. You can give up the desires I cannot give up, because they don't ask me before coming. They just come. No. Now desires don't arise at all. Why? Because I feel I am full. I am full. So claim your nature. Own up your nature. So, Purnatma Susamiksham, then along with that, what? Jagat idam jagat tad baditam drishyatam. Another important thing. This happens along with this. Along with this knowledge, what happens? That idam jagat. Also now see that the jagat is not there. Baditam. Baditam means negate it, sublate it. Understand that the world is not there. Otherwise, what will happen if you look upon the world as real? You are full and Jagat is also standing there and it is also real. Then what will happen? If it is there, then someday or the other, I will have desires about it. Just as there is that, where is it? That grape, bunch of grapes is there. See, this is... If this is there, and if I think it is real, and then it is lunchtime, and even if it is not lunchtime, then if this is real, then I'm waiting for the chance to come and pluck and put it in the mouth. But when I take it to be real? But when I know that it is nothing but plastic, just a show, then even if I am thirsty, even if I am hungry, not eaten for days together, this will not do anything to me. Why? This is mithya. Mithya means not substantial, just a show. Just a show. Whether this, or what is this? What is this? Lemon? Something. Mango. Huh? Orange. Doesn't do anything to me. Means I know I have the understanding of mithya. This is mithya. You will see the world. Continue to see it. But will do nothing. It has become mithya. Mithya means that it remains what it is. But its importance, satya buddhi has gone. That it is real has gone. That has to happen. That can happen when I know that there is nothing other than the self. This is just a show. Lord Krishna says, Na asataha vidyate bhavaha. Asat. Asat means this mithya padartha. Mithya continues to be seen. There asata doesn't mean shunyam. Asata means that is seen, what is seen but is not real. What continues to be seen but is not real. Bhagavan says, this kind of things are never there. This is mirage water. I see. You know what is mirage water? Yeah. So mirage water you see, but is it there? It's not there. Not a drop of water is there. So with reference to that, I will never have a desire to drink that. Similarly, na asataha vidyate bhavaha. What is asat, what is mithya is never there. And na abhavaha vidyate satah. And there is never absence of that which is the truth. So I am the truth. And I am always there. And this is mithya, is never there. Is never there even when I am seeing it. So, even after this knowledge, when it has taken place, you will be confronting the world. You will be confronting. But now what will be your attitude towards it? Baditam. Baditam. You negate it. Even as you see, you negate. Even as you are seeing, interacting with the world, but what happens? Negate. Which means even somebody insults you. No, that time I have to pay back. That time I have to answer back. I will fight. Mithya means what? Okay, it's okay. Let him say. He is angry. It is his problem. I need not make it my problem. You understand what? When you are seeing the movie, there somebody is hitting someone and everything. You don't go and do anything. There may be fire also over there. You don't bring the fire people. You don't bring them. Don't make a call to them. Why? This is not real. That doesn't mean in the world I don't do anything. But the idea is that it is mithya. So this we have to understand. That Jagat is never real. Whatever is real is I. The adhisthana. Everywhere the I is real. In another ways. See, here there are both the things. Jagat is also there and Atma is also there. Means the Brahman is also there and Jagat is also there. How come? Everything has two things. Jagat also and Atma also, Brahman also. How? Bhagavan says, it is said in a text called Drigdrishya Vivek. Asti, Bhati, Priyam, Rupam, Nama. Everywhere you get these five things. Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Asti means existence, Bhati means consciousness, and Priyam means happiness. These three are everywhere. Plus, whatever you see has Nama and Rupa, name and form. Now tell me, where is Jagat in this and where is Brahman in this? Where is Jagat in this? In the Nama Rupa. Adyatraya means Asti, Bhati, Priyam is the nature of Brahman. And Nama Rupa is the nature of Jagat, creation. So in this, what is mithya and what is real? Asti, Bhati, Priyam is Brahman. Can you see it? Can you feel it here? But the very fact that you say that this mango shines, this name and form are hanging where? Are due to Asti, Bhati, Priyam. You don't see them there. Where is Asti, Bhati, Priyam? This Asti, Bhati, Priyam is everywhere. You understand what I am saying? Asti, Bhati, Priyam you can't see here. You have to know it. I am Asti, I am Bhati, I am Priyam. And where am I not? Wherever I see name and form, there what is the reality? Wherever I see any name and form, this name and form, this name and form, this name and form, the names and forms are different. Here names and forms are different. Here names and forms are different. Here names and forms are, all of you also name and form are different. What is common? Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Plus, this Asti, Bhati, Priyam and this Asti, Bhati, Priyam are not different. Nama, Rupa, you can differentiate one from the other. This is mango, Nama, Rupa. This is grapes. You can see the difference. But in Asti, Bhati here and Asti, Bhati here, what is the difference? No difference. It is one. Where is the dividing line? Tell me. Where is the dividing line? No, there is no dividing line. So when I say I am, The entire world is because of me. The different names and forms of the creation are because of me. I am the real, they are mithya. I am the real, I am not this body, not the ego, not mind, nothing. Just I, the final capital I, which belongs to everyone. Everybody's big I is same. Smaller I, egos are different. But that falls in the category of BMI, body, mind, intellect. Give up that. So this, every time we are with the world, we should be doing this. Make a practice. Purnatma susamikshatam, understand yourself, plus see that the world that I am seeing, this person also, that other person also, everybody is nothing but falls in the category of mithya. The category of mithya. So, world gets negated. Mithya gets negated like that. Then, important things are still there. Prak, very important now. Because now Bhashyakara is proceeding towards Jivan Mukti. Knowledge is guaranteed only and only when you become Jivan Mukta. Only when you have Jivan Mukti will you have Videha Mukti. Which means only when you are free while you are alive, you become a Jnani while you are alive, only then and then there is no rebirth. Then and then there will be Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti, I won't be born again. Not being born again is Mukti. You become Brahman. But when is in this life I am bound. But then I will be free. If you are bound here while living, then you are sure to be born again. So Bhashyakara is going to talk about that. He says, see, now what he is going to talk about is Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Okay? See, Prak Karma Pravilapyatam. Now see, we are all here because of the karmas that we have performed. There are 3 types of karmas in the account of a jiva. In everybody's accounts, there are these 3 karmas. 3 karmas are being mentioned. Which are they? Sanchita karma means the accumulated karmas, 1. Another is agami or kriyamana. Agami means after knowledge, the actions which I perform. That is called, or in the result of which will come in the future, I do them now, and the result of which will come in future is called agami karma or kriyamana karma. Sanchita karma means in all the lives so far, the karmas which I have performed, and they are all accumulated in my account, fixed deposit, very huge deposit, we have. That is called Sanchita, accumulated one. And the other one is Prarabdha. Prarabdha karmas means from the Sanchita, Bhagavan takes a bunch. From the Sanchita accumulated karmas, Bhagavan takes the prominent ones which want to manifest. Those karmas he takes and gives life. So this life is nothing but the result of Prarabdha karmas. When a person is born, then say his lifespan may be of 80, 90, 60, whatever. All of that, in all that, what will be coming out every moment will be his Prarabdha karma. Now, what happens? Bhashyakara is saying, be careful now. He says, Prak karma pravilapyatam. With your knowledge that I am Brahman, now dissolve and burn all your karmas which are done in the past. All the Sanchita karma, now bring an end to it. Now let me tell you, you cannot bring an end to it just by like that. You only with knowledge will the karmas get destroyed. Why? Understand this very well. Because whenever you perform a karma, along with the karma, if you think that you are a karta, phala is bound to come. With a doer, the enjoyer, the phala is bound to come. But now, when you know the self very well, what? I am akarta. I have never performed any action. Atma is what? Akarta. Akarta means in Atma. Karma is not possible. For Atma, karma is not possible. There is no karma in Atma. For my hand to catch this, grasp this is possible because my hand is here and not there. So I use this and take hold of this. This action is possible. Now let me tell you, in Atma, which is everywhere, where is the movement possible? From when I was not in the hall, from outside I came inside. Because the body was not in the classroom here, so it can come. But can Atma come? Self can come? Can space come, let alone space? Can space come inside? Because it's already there. More than the space, the self is all pervasive. It's everywhere. No movement to do anything. To move. Na ejati. Karma or movement or any change from this to that, no activity is possible. Plus not needed also. Because it is Purnatma. So, when you know this, when you know now that I am not a karta, then who has done all the karmas? In ignorance, somebody did it. But I am no more ignorant now. So now those actions of the past, they don't belong to me. Why? Because now I know myself as akarta. Give you an example. In the dream, you supposing you committed a crime. And then when you wake up, will you be punished for that action in the dream? Why? Because the dream is gone. The one who committed the crime is also gone. And the one who was made the object of the crime is also gone. The judge is also gone. They are not there. So you don't have to pay for it after you wake up. Similarly, now I have woken up to what? I am akarta. Atma. I am not the body. So now I am no more responsible for the karmas which I have done in the past, because the one who did, does he exist? He doesn't exist. The ego is gone. Ego is gone. So with this knowledge, all the sanchita gets burnt in a moment. So all prak karma which are done in the past have gone. What about the later one, which one performs after the knowledge? So Bhashyakara says, Chiti balat napi uttaraihi slishyatam. With knowledge, with the strength of the knowledge, don't get attached with the ones which you are doing now. See, now even the body is walking, talking, but what is the knowledge now? Naiva kinchit karomi. I am not doing anything. See, wise men, while speaking, pashyan. Pashyan means present participle. While seeing, while talking, pashyan, shrunvan, sprushan, jigran, even though he is seeing, talking, walking, and still what does he say? Naiva kinchit karomi. I am not doing anything. Which means the clarity is there, that body is doing. And body falls in the category of matter. It is Prakruti. Prakruti does, not Atma. This is very clear. So even after the knowledge, the actions, wise men continue to work in the society. He also eats, he also walks, he also teaches, does everything, flies from one place to another. Then we will be bound by the actions? No. Why? Because he is very clear that these things are, matter is interacting with the matter. I am nowhere in that. I am nowhere in that. So even the karmas which are done after the knowledge, that also don't get attached, precisely because they are not done by him. Yathei damsi samiddogni, just as in the fire, whatever fuel, when there is, when the fire in like the holy time, then whatever fuel you may put, everything will get just burnt. Similarly, in the fire of knowledge, which knowledge? I am not a doer. To the extent that Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that if you don't have this sense of doership, if you know yourself as akarta, even when you kill all of this, that action will not bind you. That doesn't mean we'll go left and right killing people. Do whatever is to be done. Yasya naham kruto bhavaha. One who doesn't have this sense of doership. Nayam hanti na hanyate. Hatva pisa iman lokan. Even though you kill, because you will have to protect dharma, so you will have to kill, but you are not doing anything. Lord Krishna says, see, I'm doing so much, but I'm not doing. He had no problem in taking side of Pandavas. Openly he took side. But still he says, I have not done anything wrong, because I never did anything. Hare, you are constantly doing right from the time you came to you took birth, left and right you are killing Rakshasas. Even in the cradle, even when he was in the cradle, he was killing all the Asuras. But then still what does he say? Not done anything. I have not done anything. Where is he seated? In the self. Naiva kurvan na karayan. I am not doing, neither am I prompting you to do. See, this is the knowledge. This is the strength of the knowledge. So Bhagavan says, what is your problem, Arjuna? If you have this knowledge, do whatever is to be done. Why are you hesitating? No, I will not do, but otherwise Papa will come. Papa will come if you think yourself to be a doer. So this is how Sanchita karma goes, Agami karma goes. Which is left? Prarabdha. Prarabdha you cannot do anything about. Why? Because Prarabdha is like the arrow which is already on the way. It is taken from the bow, is put on place there, and the arrow is already released. Similarly, Bhagavan has taken a bunch from the Sanchita karma, accumulated karmas, and then set into motion which certain actions. So they are already on their way, and their momentum is all, you can't stop it in between. So prarabdham tu iha bhujyatam. So what does Bhashyakara say? Whatever prarabdha means prakarshena arabdham, whatever is already on, which means our lifespan, and whatever has to happen during that time, it will happen. It will happen. But let it happen. From the standpoint of a wise man, there is no prarabdha also. Why? Because what is he already? According to his knowledge, for him, just as he sees this object, which he is not, similarly he sees the body, the mind, and whatever is happening in the body. So for him, this is also an object which is baditam, which is also negated, sublated. So for him there is no prarabdha. But for onlookers, for us, we see him walking, talking, they also become unwell. They also have diseases. Big disease come to them also. It is in their prarabdha, which nobody can stop. So let it happen. He is not worried about it. Let it go. Let it run its course. Prarabdham tu iha bhujyatam. And now, even when the prarabdha is going on, he is already where? Parabrahma. Atha parabrahmatmana sthiyatam. You just be Brahman. You just be there. Let prarabdha do its work. He is already free. He is already what? Jivan muktaha. Even while living, Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, all this Raga, Bhaya, Krodha has gone away from him. No attachment, no aversion, no insistences. Because in Mithya, they want that it should be ripe only, or yellow color only, green color. No such thing. Whatever is fine. So, atha parabrahmatmana sthiyatam. Then a time comes. He is already in Brahman. Brahman he always was. In his knowledge also he is Brahman. Then his prarabdha comes to an end. A time comes when the body falls off. Then what? Then what? Videha mukti. he was already free, and whatever little obstacle was, that also has gone. That has also gone. Now, in case now, just we will have to take little 2-3 minutes more because we'll be concluding. Otherwise, you say what I do. Come on. In case of an Ajnani means who has not owned up the nature, true nature. What happens? When the prarabdha comes over, he will be Brahman, he will not take another birth. He will have to take another birth. Why? Because what is still there? Causal body is there, subtle body is there. Causal body means Ajnanam, is there. Because of that, desires are there. Kartrutva is there, so karmas are there. So, when the end time comes, body falls off. But which two bodies remain? Gross body comes to an end. But which two bodies remain? Causal and subtle remains. So now this subtle body goes from this gross body and settles elsewhere, finds an appropriate place. Another gross body is kept ready. In Upanishad it is said, even while he is here, at the end time that person comes to know, where am I supposed to go? At the end time, where am I going, that he comes to know. And then his subtle body along with the causal body gets transferred in another gross body, which may be of anything. Which may be anything, goes there. But in case of a wise man, all the three bodies have gone. Gross body we see falling right before us. But in his case, causal body is also, causal body means ignorance. That also is not there. Subtle body now has no grounds to stand on. Why? Because no desires, no kartrutva. So, in the causal body, what is there? All the sense organs, mind, intellect, karmas, all of them were stored in the nucleus called the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira has all of them. Jnanendriyani, Karmendriyani, mind, intellect, all of them was there. Now that knowledge is there. So what happens? All the devatas which were there, because of which the sense organs were working, they go back to their places. Part of the sun was here, because of which the eyes are working. All of them go back to their places, to their original source. They go back there. And karmas come to an end. Sanchita, Agami, Prarabdha, everything is gone. Ego is gone. So now subtle body gets disintegrated. In case of Ajnani, it doesn't get disintegrated. It remains. It just moves on. This fellow has nowhere to move on. So subtle body comes to an end because the causal body is gone. Because the causal body is gone, the subtle body also comes to an end. What remains now is Brahma. Brahma was already there. Brahma Veda, Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who knew Brahma, one who knows Brahma becomes Brahma. Brahman he always was. But now he has, what if the obstacle had come because of the ignorance, that has gone. So now he is just Brahman. Just nothing but Brahman. In this way. In this is the instruction, Upadesha given by Bhashyakara when he was requested by his students when he is about to go. It is said that he was walking away in Himalayas towards Kedarnath. He was going away. They stopped him and they requested that please give us the last message. So he gave this message in the form of these 5 verses, which in which there may be some people who are not ready, who are not that intelligent or capable to learn Brahma Sutras or Upanishads and such advanced texts. But for them, everything is given here in the capsule form. In Sadhana Pancakam, everything you find in a capsule form. So this is enough. Everything, 40 means are given to reach to the goal, sadhya. What is the sadhya? The very self. So sadhya is also talked about, sadhana is also talked about. So these are like 5 jewels, which a sadhaka should always wear make a necklace out of it and wear it in his neck and keep it always available. So this brings us to ourselves. This is inner journey with 40 steps. So this is how sadhana, we now conclude this excellent stotra by Sri Shankaracharya ji. So, iti Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Srimad Shankaracharya Virachita Sadhana Pancakam Sampurnam. So with this we end and conclude this beautiful stotra. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.